Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle brackets from CZT Angie Gittles. So this is a neat, this could be used a couple different ways. It could be used as a fill-in, that's what I was about to say. But you could also just use it as a border. Kind of neat. We'll use it as a fill-in here. Yeah, I should just prep some of these tiles this way. When I don't feel like, I never know when the inspiration hits anyway. When I want to do a border this way. Okay, so starts off with just a row of orbs. And I'm gonna put these right up at the top, and I'm gonna try it bigger than I did on my version of the step out. Let's see if I just do one in the middle. It'll kind of go off the page. We'll try just to put 3. All right, we'll see how it goes. Okay. I should angle just a little bit. Maybe that's better. Okay. So once you have your row of orbs, then the next stroke that we do, it's kind of 2 strokes. Depends on how you do it. She calls it brackets because, if you were doing a bracket, right, if you've done them or not, where you just do like that, right? I do them in 1 stroke, but for whatever reason in Zentangle, especially this makes it a little flat. And in her step out, they go down a little more. And like I said, it depends on how you do it. Either way is fine. That's how I would normally do it if I was writing something and I wanted to bracket something together. But in Zentangle, I want it to, I guess look a little nicer. Now, if you've never done it or you've always had trouble with it, they also call it the onion dome. If I, looking at it this way. So what I have done is done. Well, they're still going to look squatty, aren't they? Yes, they are. You could do it in 1 shape. So this is an S curve line. We're just drawing it flat instead of, like this. Or at least I am. Let's turn it and see. If I do an S shape, and then it would be yeah, that is an S. Sometimes, I tell you. And then it would be a backwards S from here, right? Or you can come from the other side. Either way. It's Zentangle. It doesn't matter. It's all good. Now, let's see. I'm going to take this off because that would end up there. Oh, that would, okay. Well, it's a little bit of a stretch, that one there, but that's okay. So what's nice is, if it doesn't have to be perfect. I was going to say, if it's not perfect, it doesn't matter. That's what I was starting to say, and then I interrupted my own thought there. Or if they, however they end up, it's all good. This is me telling me because I'm like, oh, I should make it look like hers. Half the time when I'm talking on here, I am just talking to me. So just ignore me. Just kidding. All right, now we're going to aura these. And I will tell you, I had difficulty auraing the shape, thinking of it as an aura and following the contour. I don't know why. So what I did was I just decided I'm going to just draw another set of brackets underneath, and I found that helped. So what I did was, I'm starting here in the center, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to draw another one right here, and then I'm coming from this side, and like so. And I'm just continuing it on as if I'm just drawing them straight. I'm not worried about if they're connecting to anything, and I found that I was happier with the consistency of the shape, and it looks like I auraed it. If I can figure out how my brain works, then I can figure out how other things like that work. I'll be a millionaire. I'll write a book. So, and again, I like to share different ways to do it because we all think and we all work differently. And something will hit. All right, so then from here on these little ends that we have now, we're going to do more orbs. And I'm just going to do like a half orb here, and because there would be one right there. Well, yeah. And then, same thing. And what I've also found is, I'm just going to keep doing my little squatty version because it kind of looks cool. um, hold on. Some days, I'll tell you, that one was like going, whoa, that's a little stretch up there to that orb because I put the orb a little high. It's just funny. And in the end, it doesn't matter. It's all good. Um, and I hope that you were, well, I don't care. If you're laughing at me, great. If you're laughing with me, great. And then we just keep going. And then we're going to aura this section. Oh, this is where I was going before I was like, whoa, where's this? Where's my pen going? Um, was, oh, I've lost it again. Never mind. When I hit it, oh, this is what it was. I found like doing this like right in the middle where I know I have a solid one if you're going out to the sides like this. And doing that and then working out to the sides. I do that a lot of times anyway, but this one I was really feeling that it was very helpful to just like, well, I just need to do it this way because then it just made more sense in my head and I was like, okay. And so we're doing the bracket shape, aura it, and then at the little whatever we want to call that, those little peaks or valleys because of the way they're pointing, more orbs, and rinse and repeat. And what's neat is, well, even if they're a little bit weird like that, that's okay. It just adds character. Right? Yes, it does. And I found like this, see, I just got into a nice flow of doing it this way, and it made me happy. And the goal with Zentangle, right, is we want to be happy. We want to have a good time, get as great of a result as possible. But most importantly is to have a good time, and relax and all of that stuff that goes with it. But you find your rhythm and then just stick to it. There we go. Full page of that. And that's this, so that way I can just put, oh, look at how nicely that turned out too. Ooh, if I had tried to do it that way, there's no way it would have ever happened. Okay, so, then it's just shading, decorating, whatever you want to do. And that could mean, oh, let's see. Okay, I have an idea. It just popped into my head. And because these are orbs, and let me shade. Well, do I want to shade first? Oh, I don't know what I want. Here's where I'm picturing shading in here. So let's shade first, because it's not going to interfere with anything. And so what's fun with this, in my opinion, is that you get to, pick, well, what part do you like most? What do you think you want to? Well, let me take that back. I was gonna say, what do you want to emphasize? It could also be starting with, which I do a lot more often, is what do I need to fix? What do I need to cover up that I don't like? And since I have this here, I'm gonna we'll bring this graphite out a little bit. Part of me was thinking, well, I could just do shading. We'll just see how that goes, because that might be all that you want to do. And it depends on where you're putting this. But knowing the options is helpful. Options and course corrections. Oh, and see, and just that even on one side creates a really, really neat effect. I had envisioned doing both sides, so we will. But it's kind of, I don't don't know what the right word is. It makes it look like, a shelf is what's in my head. I don't know why. Anyway, that alone creates a neat effect. So you don't always have to do both sides. And so I highly recommend, just do it a step at a time with your shading. See what you think and go from there. All right. Oh, and then I got to do this side. Well, I'm for sure going to fill in those orbs because I want to. um, and that creates a level of contrast that's nice. You could fill in those brackets. So if you really don't like how your brackets turned out or something, you could fill them in solid, and then do a little course correction with your pen if you need to, adjust some of the things. And that, you can only do that if you need to make a part bigger or something, or if you need to like emphasize a curve or something like that. You can usually do that. You just can't make the sections smaller. See, and that has a neat look. So that has popped out those. Wow, okay. The self-adjusting cameras kind of make you crazy every so often. Let's see if I can do that again. Nope. All right. Oh, well, okay. Oh, well, okay. It delayed reaction. All right. So on these, I'm gonna leave the little bit of shine part because I like to do that. And the way I do it with just the pen without having to worry about having a white gel pen is I just do an orb bigger than I think, because then you can always, this is like course correcting, right? So you do it bigger than you think, and if I want to make that smaller, the concept of my concept of course correcting is you can shave off a little bit here and there just with your pen. If you didn't know what I meant, and I should always assume that you don't know, because I don't know who's been watching for a long time, or if this is your first time. I do my best to assume that everybody watching is just a first time watching me, and so I should make sure that I explain all of my little Heatherisms, as they're called. Just add something, and if you have a white gel pen, you can always go back afterwards and do something like this. You can still go back afterwards and do it because, like, I'm using a Zentangle tile, and it's not what, it's like a little off-white. So see, and that looks nice. And depending on the level of contrast that you want, you can have fun with it. Now I'm going to grab. Okay, this is what I have. A 10, and just because I don't know why I was feeling this urge to put perfing, we call this, just dots. Yeah, and then kind of following sort of following the curve. If nothing else, it's a distraction from them. So it just looks, oh, see, it looks neat, And then the key with Zentangle is to work at not worrying about anything until it's done, and then because I'm like, oh, well, okay, but when it's done, it takes on a whole different look. And what you may have to do, which I have done, well, a lot, don't look at it. Turn it over. Don't look at it for a little bit. Come back, and then you may have one of these, who did that? That's really neat moments. And those are always fun. Sometimes it might take a day. I've had that where I go back and I look and I'm like, that, okay. It's just a weird thing with our brains, and as we're working on it, we're so close, and really micro examining every little bit, and just good to take a step away, let your eyeballs look at something else, and like I said, it might take a while. So I offer that as encouragement. Don't ever think that your work is not great, because it is. It doesn't matter, what it looks like. We're not taking these to the fair or anything. Well, I mean, you could if you wanted to. We should have a Zentangle fair, because we'll just all everybody gets first prize. Everybody gets a blue ribbon, because everybody's work is gorgeous. All right, neat tangle. It's a neat fill-in, and then even that. I mean, if you did it, had it positioned this way, that's kind of cool. So if you take a look at the description section, and it's been a while since I've mentioned this, if you don't know where that is, and sometimes it is hard to find, I know on my phone, on the app, the YouTube app, you'll look, if you look at the sometimes it's the title, or underneath it, and there'll be like the first line or so of what looks like description, and you'll see it'll say something like show more, or show, or read more, or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it says on mine. And then you click that, and that will open up the description section. On a regular computer, it's a little bit easier, but it is under the title, or within the title somewhere. But it just as a help, because I know I've had some people that have said, so where is that? I can't find it. So that's where it is. In that description section, you will find links to the step outs. I always do my own version, and then link to the creator of the Tangle. I call that for more inspiration, because that's what it's there for. A lot of times they put, samples. I think on this one, and you just had, just like one sample. And, it's just nice to see what the creator of the Tangle, had in mind. And a lot of times they offer variations and stuff like that. So it's important to take a look at that. Below that, links to connect with me if you wish. I have a link to my website where you will see lots of stuff, and most importantly, classes that I do. So I do teach online almost twice weekly, just depends on the week. And a lot of them are free. My Thursday Tangle Times are always free. There's one Tuesday that is also free. That's Tough Tangle Tuesday. So you will see those. And then I have the couple other ones are paid, so that way I can afford to, have the lights on and do this and have pens and paper and all that. So, what else? Below that, link to my Facebook page. So if you happen to be on there, would love to have you follow me. Also on my classes link on my site, there are some other ways to follow me if you wish, for when I post classes. I am not great at putting that out on my blog post. You can sign up for my blog there as well. I put out a daily Tangle, and after classes, when I get them done, I will send out recaps, which has all of the information and pictures, and just celebration of all the fun that we had. So that's what I usually send out. I have got to work at getting better at sending out just a note, once in a while about, hey, come join us. And then also, if you're on Facebook, we have an amazing group of people, amazing group of Tangle addicts. So if you'd like to come hang out with us on Facebook, we have a private group, and we just share our work, talk Tangle stuff, and it's turned into an amazing, beyond any. I didn't even have a thought of what that wildest dream was to be, but it has surpassed that. Just an amazing group of people from all over that have just developed really neat friendships through our addiction to Zentangle. So join us there, and if you wish. And with that, thanks so much for watching, and I wish you happy tangling.